What's the worst part of depression? We'll see. May. For me, it's getting irrationally angry. I had a full-ass mental breakdown over not having Windex yesterday. It wasn't about the Windex was just the final straw. And it left me pissed off for hours. I know I'm intolerable to be around when I get that miserable, and I try to calm myself down. Sometimes I realize how shitty I am being, and I just cry after for being a terrible human being. Depression sucks. Realizing the stuff you saved to help others is of no interest to anyone. You're just alone with old new things like this electric blanket you could have used on the couch whenever you wanted. The worst thing about having a mental illness is that people expect you to behave as if you don't. Waking up. Depression. Not feeling like yourself. A stranger in your own life, and if you wait too long to get help, you start to forget what you used to be like. The emptiness. I just don't feel anything. Days go by and I do the things I'm supposed to without any emotions, like a robot. Worst part of depression is it guides you into areas and habits which only make you more depressed. It's like a negative feedback loop that's hard to stop. You just keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper, and suddenly you don't have a ray of light anymore, it's so dark. Sleeping all day, feeling numb and having showers. I found it extremely difficult to shower cause I didn't want to be left alone with my thoughts. Brain not work with focus and memory and find words difficult. And the worst part of your brain's rotting is that it comes back last, if at all. For me, it's loss of motivation and even ability to do things I love, while simultaneously hating yourself for not being able to do them like you used to. Your mileage may vary. The constant wanting to die, knowing that nothing will ever get better, and you're just suffering through every day and it's never worth it. The emptiness. The feeling of feeling absolutely nothing but a heavy dark cloak of, I can't say sadness, maybe melancholy. Feeling that there isn't a point anymore to try and make it better for yourself. This feeling for me is the worst, because if I'm already mentally, emotionally, physically at that point, I'm afraid that I may get so desperate that I'll try anything just to feel something, or try anything just to end that feeling. It's a red zone for me in depression. The loneliness, love letter. Finding out in the old times they would treat you with heroin. It has weird physical side effects. Apparently my right foot twitching at night might be relegated to stress/anxiety/depression. I've just dealt with depression most of my life and buried it. Just lived with it and got used to it, so it didn't really bother me. Now it's physical, I can't really ignore it. The lack of drive to do anything. It makes everything so dull. I don't want to work out, I don't want to play games, I don't want to go to work, I don't want to wake up. I just don't want to exist. Sometimes you don't realize you're in it until your relationships suffer. You just keep trying to keep your head over water, not realizing all the friends and family you're kicking while you desperately tread water. That's how it was for me when I was younger. A brave friend told me, it's been really hard being your friend lately. You've got to be in this too, or I'm going to have to leave you behind. I'd had no idea I'd gotten so dead inside until he brought it up this way. It was a wake-up call. He might have saved my life. He certainly stopped me from my downward trajectory. It jolted me. I had slipped into a depression without knowing it. It's important to know your personal warning signs and to have coping skills in place that you can do as soon as you realize you're in a hole. I never really thought about it like that. I guess just living every day feeling sad/empty/suicidal/helpless/whatever you're feeling. It's very tiring. I wanted so badly just to feel happiness after spending day after day after week after month in sadness. It's no wonder people turn to drugs or alcohol to feel better. It kinda forces some happiness into you. Feeling useless because you don't feel capable of completing the most basic functions of adulthood: cooking, cleaning, shopping. Everything? Recovery. I've become a shut-in and I want so desperately to break out, but every day I fail to do so just feels like another nail in the coffin. The disassociate. Like just the thought of I could never see any of you again and the world could keep going and going like nothing happened. The part where everyone thinks you're okay. Feeling the detachment from all the things I used to absolutely love doing. I no longer have the motivation to play all the video games I've bought, draw ideas that come to mind, or even read the books I've collected over the years. I just feel empty. The inability to care about anything. For me it's the lack of motivation for anything. Self-care / keeping house clean / preparing food or even responding to a message. Everything goes out the window and I'll be in bed for days, even weeks. Probably that I need to shower and eat. But instead I'm sitting on my couch drinking beer. For the third day in a row. Feeling like you're drowning in a puddle and everyone is yelling learn how to swim. The heaviness, an omnipresent feeling that does not end. It saps your energy so thoroughly that you can't bring yourself to care about stuff. Sleep is the only escape, short of suicide. Personally it's my lack of motivation. I find it hard to advance in life. While I should be pursuing my goal of becoming a plumber and living a comfortable life, I'm still struggling to pay bills as an Amazon driver. My mother, who is the fucking best, even has offered to pay for schooling, yet depression has me declining that offer. Sucks. When you can finally free yourself from it only to have it show up again out of nowhere and tackle you all over again. All of it frown. Self-recognition. It clouds your thinking. Because of this different way of thinking, you could end up making irreversible acts that worsen your state and prolonging your recovery. Honestly, I have been depressed so long I forget, or just don't know, what core happiness feels like. Like when it's been raining so long you forget how the sun looks and feels. It kind of saps any motivation to get better BC you don't know any other way of existing, it feels like there is no way out so why try? When it starts to infect your thoughts about others. You can't accept that you're not feeling anything because you have mental illness, so you start to seek out reasons. You start to see your loved ones through shit-tinted glasses. It's a really hard gremlin to shake off. I texted my mom that I probably need help and the next evening we talked a bit about it, for example what kind of therapist, but currently I think I need to find a therapist and kind of get the whole thing going, but every time I'm in a bad phase I don't have the energy to find one, but during good phases I don't feel like I would need one. Also I don't really know where to search for a good therapist. Do you just look up where one is and try through them until one fits? Having to still be strong because others rely on you when all you want to do is just break down and cry. But you know you cannot, because if you do, then everything around you will fall apart. My room is always a mess, which makes me depressed and anxious, which makes me less motivated to clean, which leads to more shit piling up, which leads to being more depressed and anxious. Also, the excruciating, gut-wrenching loneliness even when I'm surrounded by people who care about me. Part of it works like the blinds on a window. Greater than they conceal part of your potential without you noticing at first. Deep, complete, utter boredom. I only recently got out of a 5-year-long depression where I was able to fulfill the demands I needed to, but had nothing left for myself and was mind-numbingly bored every minute of every day. Not being able to afford therapy. That it's sneaky. It's not like one day I'm feeling great and the next day I feel like a worthless piece of crap. It's a gradual, slow decline that I don't even notice until a day comes along and I realize I've been randomly bursting into tears every time I'm driving somewhere, or that my inner voice has become completely negative. People telling you to just be positive. Didn't think of that. Feeling like you're a burden to your friends and family. Knowing that time and conversation with them would be healthy for you, but not wanting to bring them down into your abyss. So you pretend you're happy when you're with them, effectively burdening yourself instead. General malaise about everything and the existential loneliness. The fact that I can see the comment count on this post increasing by 1 every few seconds real time. Not knowing if it's depression, another mental illness, or you're just no good at the whole being a human thing. All in depression sucks, But like a person with anxious depression, I have to say, abulia. Doest have enough motivation basically for do nothing. Even things like take a wash are the more harmfully think when you note that, in fact, you can't move your ass out the bed to take the fucking wash to clean your asshole. Is bull fucking shit. For me, it's people around me telling me that I have no reason to be depressed. You were never abused, you're so ungrateful, so many other people have it worse. And when I try to do something drastic, they keep saying how selfish I am. Sometimes I wonder if they actually understand. The people that doesn't understand it. How other people react to it. Yes, I know that you know you're a burden to me and my life is worse with you in it, but let me remind you of that over and over and over again. For me it was the brain fog. Always losing my trail of thought. Not being able to concentrate for a given time. For someone who never experienced this prior to my depression, it hit somewhat harder than some of the other stuff.